Hey, what is going on, everybody? Feels good to be back. It's been too long. It's been too long. Sabby, Ash, how are you all doing? How was your weekend? Anything cool? Anything cool happen? What happened in games since we've been gone? Right, we got some buff champions that came out, and we got the new variant coming out in a few days. Anyone look? Are you looking forward to that? I know a lot of people were hoping for 7.2. I understand the disappointment. That being said, I'm pretty excited about a variant. I like them. I think they're cool. I think they're a lot of fun, and it gives more players a chance to improve their roster. Right? Like I can't be a bad thing. What is going on, guys? Guys coming in strong, getting us back going. Thank you so much, guys. I always appreciate it so much. Let me update the board here. I know it looks like I'm doing like I'm trying to get under some sort of lasers or something. Thank you so much, guys. I always appreciate it, dude. And gotta add the exclamation point for Kai's. How's everyone doing? Josh, you made it, dude. Thank you so much. It was cool yesterday when you pinged me and you're like, dude, are you streaming or what? So I was looking forward to it. I definitely missed this a lot all of last week. It was a crazy, crazy week for me. Absolutely insane, but I'm glad we were able to get back to this now. Vega, what do you think of Rogue? Is she still a little annoying on defense? Yeah, she can be, man. She can be. I think what you're really hoping for there is someone kind of forgetting about how quickly she gets rid of the debuffs or something like that. If she's placed with Limber. The problem, though, is she's a mutant, and that's just a charge for Corvus. I remember at some point, and it happened. It happened kind of progressively, and then once it happened fast. Where war planners were like, "Dude, we can't even place mutants. Like, we cannot place Corvus charges on this map, and if we do, we almost have to hide them. At which point, we're actually hurting our defense." So yeah, but yeah, she can be a pain. Like what was that recently? It was like an event quest or something where you had to land a certain amount of heavies against her, and that was kind of tough, right? We had to figure that out a little bit. I am doing really well. I'm doing really well. I'm happy to be back doing this. We will jump into some monthly gameplay, but I want to talk with the chat. That's what I miss the most with streaming, is talking with the chat, with you all, answering questions, asking questions, hearing what you all think, and getting that stuff done. So Very drops in almost 2 days. I built my entire revive stash to stupid regal on 6.4. Yeah, that's gonna happen, right? I mean, there's six. Act 6 is brutal. It is brutal. I'm sorry that happened. Maybe, hopefully, what you can do is you can jump into variant. Maybe it won't be too bad for your roster, right? Roster makes such a big difference, and then you can strengthen, and then you'll be able to strengthen your roster a little bit and jump back into Act 6 a little bit again. All right, we're back with the pineapple. I have a feeling it means something else than what it was said last time, but maybe it doesn't. Who knows? I'm not going to worry about it. Hey, what's up with Top Shelf, man? I don't know. What do you mean? What do you mean? Let me know, Reza. Let me know. Explain a little bit. I'm not catching the joke if it's there. Guys, I may or may not be able to do a Hulkbuster Iron Man Infinity War bus, so that would be cool. I would love to see that. Jacob, yeah, dude, I'm pumped up to be back. The schedule this week will probably still be a bit wonky, and the next week too. What's basically going on is my oldest kid's going back to school, and so the school is figuring it out, and they're coming up with their rules and how they're going to try to do this, and the teachers are preparing things. And that's great. I love it. But then they're actually going to go back. And I think there's going to be it's really cool that we came up with all these theories. Here's how this actually played out. And then so I think in like 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be able to come up with a more reliable schedule we'll be able to do. Kaiser got up to 20% in whiff. The heavy whiff. That's my concern with him, dude. He is awesome. He's amazing. I mean, we've got like Monkey and Eclipso telling us how good he is. And I see it. Like, I love playing Hulkbuster. I absolutely love him. And maybe it's still just an experience, or maybe it's me just not knowing how to use him perfectly. But then I'll go in for a heavy and I whiff, and then I get drilled, and now I'm down to like 25% health. And that's not fun. That's not fun. I gave Jacob's awesome, dude. Jacob's awesome. I don't know. At least the Jacob I know is awesome. He's in the Discord, super active. Good dude. So yeah. I like having a lot of mods. It's helpful because they see the stuff that I do not. Who's a better R5? Hyperion or Sunspot? Hyperion. definitely Hyperion. I like Sunspot. It's not that Sunspot's bad. That has nothing to do with Sunspot. It's just Hyperion's so good. Jacob, did you used to do things that I don't know about? But you know what? I'm all for second chances. I'm all for second chances, Jacob. So if you used to be this terrible, horrible person, then I am happy to help you redeem yourself. Knowing AC, though, and AC sense of humor, I think there's something else that I don't know. I don't understand. Kaliba, greetings from Germany. Thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate it. Pineapple is how I enter every stream. It means nothing. Oh, I was hoping it meant something. But cool, dude. Thanks. I appreciate you explaining it a little bit. All right. And maybe we jump into some gameplay. Ash, you better behave. You can't behave like you do on KT. That is true. That is true. KT1's awesome. Did you guys see what happened to him this weekend? That was some serious BS, man. I was able to finally listen to his video today with his explanation of what happened, and I just felt horribly for the guy, right? Like, I don't want to ruin his video. You should watch it. It is informative. And if anyone ever tries to pay me to put an advertisement on one of my videos, I know I will second guess it. I mean, I would have already been like, are you sure? This seems weird. I don't think you really want to do that. But now I will be even more hesitant. And I'm so glad he was able to get it fixed quickly. That just sounded terrifying. And the guy has put in so much work on that channel. That's not cool. No, is that... Yeah, dude, Hyperion's just so good. It's just about how good Hyperion is. Ali, what's up, King? Cool, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Josh, what do you I didn't know you wanted it. But yeah, we'll definitely consider that, talk about it. That'd be cool. That'd be very cool. You've been on the Discord for quite a while, actually, now that I think about it. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the monthly here. Probably going to do some testing. As you guys know, I don't really care if we use some items. I'd rather have fun, interact with the chat, especially with these morning streams. But these are my morning. I know for most of you, it's not morning. I was having a good time with Hella. And the 4-star Odin. But she is a high skill cap champion. When I see that, this is my first time really experiencing it. And I think it is true. I think to really maximize her, that is what I'm finding. There's probably some techniques that I'm not completely familiar with that could be utilized to help that out. Also, the way this EQ is working with the champions getting so much armor, I do think that's not helping things, but I'm not totally sure. A tire from a car, that's what you called me? Okay, I think y'all are having some fun. Good. Jacob is a living embodiment of no retreat. He stinks. Ash, you're going to have to mount a heck of a smear campaign, because I like Jacob. I like it. And I can tell you do too. I can tell this is all in fun. Jacob, I know I'm feeling badly. I'm about to time Ash out. I was like, come on, dude. We can't have these smear campaigns going on. What's up, Quack? How you doing? Should I hold up and rank a Guardian if I'm duped to R2 to R3? Oh, man. There have been so many conversations about that go on for like days in the Discord server about that exact topic. I will say that my love of Guardian includes him being an extremely high SIG. In fact, I wanted to take him to SIG 200, and I did. Obviously, Prestige played a small role in that for me. But I know some extremely smart players who think he is excellent without it. I think they're right. I think he's very good. I think at some point it comes into your resources and how badly do you want to utilize those resources. That was a bit of a vague answer. Personally, let's just go personal, and I guess you asked me, I would hold off on that unless you really need him for something. And then if and when you're able to have him awakened and at a high SIG, and you still wanted to take him to rank 3, go for it. So if he could help you through content beforehand and you really enjoy him, go forth then too. Those resources are just so precious. Captain Manny, dude, thank you so much. Let's get this updated. I appreciate that a ton. Thank you very much. We will get this updated right now. I got to figure out how y'all ever watch Brian Grant and how seamlessly he does this. Does anyone know how he does that? I should have asked that before I left for Loki. That should have been what I did. I should have been like, Brian, one last question on my way out. How do you update your top donator so quickly and easily without what appears to be leeching forward to type? Sorry, I changed my name back. Yeah, it is what it is. Where's Z and Dale? I don't know, dude. Maybe they were like, I don't think Vega streams anymore. I think he's done. He no longer streams. Z doesn't stop in as frequently. He's got a lot going on. He's a full-time student, I believe, and then also works. So full-time student, full-time job too. And then DLL also works a lot. He'll probably stop in. I bet he stops in today. Jacob, dude, yeah, honestly, it feels like, in fact, I feel like we haven't had a good is Guardian worth ranking up without high sig conversation. I feel like it's been too long since we've had that. I'm kind of a little bit disappointed that neither Work or DLL is here to, because you know how they'd start it, right? Like, you know how they'd start it. I love both those guys, and they are geniuses about this game. And they would both start it with, need is a strong word. You're like, okay. And they're not wrong. They're not wrong. In fact, they're right. They are right. Noah, how am I enjoying my new alliance? The alliance is filled with really cool people. I will say that. I have really enjoyed the last 2 Saturdays, just the way it has worked out. I've ended up with things to do. Like my oldest daughter had a soccer game. It was her first soccer game in a year. We had some family friends over in the backyard. And then what was the Saturday before? Somewhere in there, we were celebrating my wife's birthday, and I was at my in-laws' place. And I absolutely enjoyed that I did not have this really stressful war, or not stressful is not the word, exciting war, let's say, to plan for or to be a part of. I could just, oh man, I missed the armor break. So I really enjoyed that. That being said, I really miss competitive war. I know that the game mode could be updated, should be updated. Taters did an excellent video on some ideas he has on how to make it better. But that being said, I still enjoy that. I love the team aspect of it all. I love competing with people I consider to be friends. And I am missing that a lot. And we'll see what ends up happening. I've had a couple alliances reach out to me, and I have reached out to a couple alliances to see if maybe they can accommodate my schedule and would be willing to have me on their team. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes when we get to it here. Probably a lot of it will happen in the next week with the alliance season ending. Yeah, so this is what I was saying about Hella. Obviously, I did not play that well, but I was more enjoying talking than anything else. So I don't think she's a champion, at least not for me right now, where I can just kind of like plow through content and think about other things. It takes a lot of concentration. John, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming by. Pete, how are you doing? His updates automatically, or at least pretty sure. Who are we talking about? Incredible word. Who are we talking about, bud? I can't figure it out. Oh, I think that's a bot. Got it. Oh, you guys are answering my question. Oh, you think it's a bot, or it's so maybe he has it automatically set up maybe through Discord. I am trying to learn a lot more about that and work on my stream. I'd like to do some more stuff with the stream. I think there's some entertaining not interactive, that's not the right term, but I think there could be some more production value that could be put in. Jacob coming in strong. Is that because I defended you, Jacob? I will defend you all day. You don't need to do that, man. I will defend you all day happily. I will happily do that. All right, let me see. Now this is where Brian Grant just I think he hits a cool button or something. I don't know. I gotta ask him. He's a legit dude. He actually, I was shocked. That was one of the things about joining For Loki is I was like, are these people as nice as they seem? And yeah, they were. They really were. I imagine he gets hit up online and all kinds of stuff all the time. And he actually answered a few of my questions really nicely and like considerately. I appreciated that a ton. So I bet I could ask him again. He wasn't like that jerk Dreamin', you know, that guy. Oh wow, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Dreamin's right there. Nobody maybe has just multiple wars this season. Kind of nice. Dreamin', dude. I have been loving your war series this season. I don't know if you guys are the same, but it tends to happen with me. Like, I'll watch someone's first, like the first couple wars of this year or the season, I'll watch like a ton. I'll watch so many different people. And then over time, I find what happens is like I start to get invested in their season and I will repeatedly watch the same people over and over. And I've really enjoyed Dreamin's. I am sorry. I hope I'm not spoiling this for anyone. I'm sorry to see your streak go, dude. I know that you've had fun with Enzo and that you've taken a couple of hits here and there, but I am always impressed. And I think for me, that's like the sign of like a great war player versus a good war player is the great war player can make a mistake or have something go wrong or their plan doesn't go as they thought it was going to go. And they still somehow pull out the fight. And I think it was you were fighting MCoC, if I remember correctly. He had like 4 crits on a heavy. You took a tremendous amount of damage. You threw your SP3, and then you had the presence of mind to hold your block so that he did not throw his SP1. And because of that, you pulled out the fight. And I was like, there's no way in heck I think of that. There's no way in heck I think of any of that. And you had the presence of mind to do it. I was extremely impressed by that. So, and welcome DLO. How are you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Running Sector 7 with Chalize right now.
Are you really?
Yeah.
So, as someone who's still relatively new to incursions, why are you doing 7 when I believe you've been doing run 8, Sector 8 runs lately?
Right. The reason being so that I can get those artifacts so that I can go to the store and get 6-star shards.
So they're like 2 different milestones or something?
Yeah, they're different sets of milestones, which I didn't realize until kind of recently either, and then I was like, oh, I should do that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay. Any advice on playing Hela, dude?
Not really. I mean, that's brave. I feel like that's the problem, is that I just tend to take the slow road with her and just spam L1s to get the Furies up. And I also try and make sure I'm doing those medium combo ends, because that's another 30 souls. But I think that's part of the reason why I haven't really fallen in love with her yet.
Yeah, and I also have to remember that mine is a rank 1. I don't feel like suicides are maybe a good idea with her. I'm not sure on that.
Yeah.
Because you do want to refresh the armor break, right? I feel like that's a big part of her damage, or is it not? And I'm misunderstanding that.
I'm not entirely sure, because I feel like she's one of those characters that's like 2 completely different champions, whether you're talking short or long form content.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure it's worth using the armor break in short fights at all, actually.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think the EQ node is not helping me because they are gaining so much armor. After this, I'll read the chat, see if someone is like, hello, moron, just do this instead. Dude, do you guys, I saw that you had kind of a tough finish there. Do you guys have a chance at Masters still?
Slim.
It looks like it's like you and SAS are both like, you both need to win and you need 1 or 2 alliances to possibly hold on real quick. What's up, K21? How you doing? Dude, we were just talking about you and your channel. I was so relieved you got it back. I figured you were getting flooded with line DMs, and I saw all this stuff on Twitter. I finally was able to listen to your video today. That sounds terrible, man. That sounds terrible. I'm glad you happened to be on while it was going down and able to kind of save the situation, dude. Felt horribly for you, and I'm glad you're back. And thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Stop pampering Jacob. Never. You guys are making me want to pamper Jacob even more. I'm considering lots of things. I like Jacob. I like you too, though, Ash. This is the thing. It's like if my children were fighting. I love them both. I wouldn't know what to do. What's up, Meta? Agreed. Dreamin' is a jerk.
Just figure out which one you love better, dude.
Yeah, well, that's impossible. They're both good at so many things, you know? Like, I'll have to wait for one to not be good at something, and then I'll know. I'm kidding completely. Yeah, everyone is rooting for my perfect season, but I failed. Dude, perfect seasons are tough, especially because you're taking tough fights, you know? You're taking tough fights. No, I really do like Dream. Yeah, in case it's not clear, I really do like Dream. I pretty much like everybody. It's pretty hard to get me to not like you. To not like you, you kind of have to be a bully. I don't like bullies. I don't like people who pick on people who can't defend themselves. If you really need to pick on someone, pick on me. I can defend myself. I think so. Josh, I died to a 6-star Iron Man in War. You guys want to know why? I do want to know why, actually. You seem like you're a good player, so I'm surprised by that. People congratulating K21. Yeah, seriously, that was like one of the worst, dude. That was the worst. Like, don't do that. Don't hack people's YouTube accounts. Like, you're messing with something that they've worked really hard on and put time into. I don't care if you don't like them. That's not a reason to do that. Oh, Reza, I get it, dude. Hopefully you're still here. I understand. I'm sorry. Maybe I took a week off of streaming. It seems like maybe I lost my mojo a little bit. I'll get it back. What's up, Z? I'm glad you're here, buddy. Campo, how are you doing, man? Thank you very much. See, Jacob gets it. This is before I even said it. We just don't condone bullying. Nope. You can be who you're gonna be. Be who you want to be. We're all for that. But just no bullying. Zillium saying armor break is the key. So maybe I'm just not playing her correctly, and suicides are just a terrible idea. Jets said you want to charge your heavy one and then get the Furies, and the armor break does not matter much. So I think to DL, this could be a little bit of what you were saying is the two different ways of playing her, depending on content. Because we're getting one saying armor break is key, one saying not so much. Let me rephrase armor. Oh, and then Zillium's is rephrasing. The armor break is a part of her damage of 30%. Below 30%, you want to use her SP3. Okay. Or that's more for long form content. Funny how Odin's the only cosmic who got no armor break. Poor Odin. I want to see his buff, though. And Z is already saying I doubt he's the only one.
Phoenix can armor break.
Phoenix can or cannot?
Can.
How does she do it?
You need to be... I think you need to have 5 Furies and heavy. Something like that. Phoenix,
for me, was an unnecessarily complex champion when she came out.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and the payoff is okay.
Someone, though, you know what? This was a really interesting comment. Someone commented on the champion rankings video that just came out, saying that, like, hey, if I'm going to start including synergies, and they did seem to understand that it was a unique scenario where, like, this synergy really transformed the champion into a significantly better version, and that the synergy partner was also very good. There was 2 criteria there. Right. And they were saying that Professor X makes Phoenix a legitimately good champion.
Yeah, that's what Campo's saying right now. I do have a I guess she's only a rank 4, but I have a rank 4 Phoenix. I should try that at some point.
Yeah, I'm very curious on it. The thing for me is, I will be honest, Phoenix has never been a champion I felt like I really understood. I should probably go back and read her again, because there's champions like that who, as I've done this channel longer and gotten better at the game and gotten more into the nuances of it, that I now understand that I did not used to. Mm-hmm. Like even our discussion yesterday, you and me were talking about voodoo and some of the stuff you were pointing out, and I was like, holy smokes, he's right. I just never really thought about that was in there, you know?
Right. Or even like with Doom, I don't want to make him feel bad on the off chance he's listening, but we had a player in our last war drop a Doom fight because they were still using medium, light, medium after the L3 instead of the proper rotation.
Yeah.
And like, they're a good player. They've taken that fight before. It just didn't matter the previous time, and this time it did.
Yep, dude, I cleared Abyss. I used Doom. I would use Doom all the time in War, as you know. And it wasn't until I got to 4 Loki, and it was B. Manny who was reviewing one of my fights. And I had won the fight. That's the thing. It's kind of like what you're saying. I had won the fight, and I had told him, like, but it felt a little weird at this moment. And so he reviewed it, and he's like, oh, you're not doing the Doom cycle properly. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I've been playing Doom for like a year. Come on, man. And he's like, no, you're really not. And it was amazing, like what a difference it made. And kind of to your point, I had won fights with Doom. Like it had never mattered, but there was always a moment where I was like, I don't feel like I'm totally in control here. And sure enough, there it is.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean because I had kind of the same thing. I forget exactly when it was, but there was a moment where I was like, oh, I really should have known that.
Dude, Angela's so good.
I really like her, man.
As I mess up her SP1 and do his block. But I'm beginning to... I one of the reasons I have not taken her to rank 3 is I thought I really needed to take her SIG to like 180. I think I might be contented with it at... I think I have it at 103 right now.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is that in certain content, because you have Odin, right?
As a 4-star. Only as a 4-star.
But in certain content, if you can drop those on her, then suddenly the threshold drops and you only need her at like 80.
That's a good point. And they're buffing Odin. And I think part of what they said is, I mean, let's not go too crazy with it, but that they're going to try to improve him as a standalone champion as well. Right. Is he coming back? Is there going to be another crystal with Odin? There'll be, I think, Jabari and Odin, I think will be the one on Thursday.
Well, I think that maybe you're right. I don't know much about crystals. I know the compensation is still coming out.
Yeah. Oh, you'll eventually get it. Was it
Checks in the mail?
Yeah. Was that? Oh man, this is even old for me. But it was like the Popeyes champion, where he's like, "I'll gladly play you Tuesday for a hamburger today." Wimpy. Does anyone remember that? Literally, does anyone know what I'm talking about? I would love to see that. And yeah, you're right. So Campo was saying the same thing about Phoenix, and Professor X definitely meets the bar for like he's awesome. So it makes sense. Pete, will I be playing my other account again? Yes, but it, and I tried to make that really clear. Hopefully I did. That account will always take a backseat to this account. Always. Campo,
it's kind of the tragic thing. Sorry, go on.
No, go for it.
I was going to say it's the tragic thing about Nova, because I fully suspect that the Airwalker synergy makes him a legitimately great, sustainable champion, but it's Airwalker.
Yes, 100%. Yep. That is a great. There you go. Stink. No, you're allowed, man. If you're a bully, then I don't think you're a bully, dude. I find you to be humorous, but not a bully. Jets, hoping I can get 1 6-star drop today. When I get a 6-star, hopefully I can get 1 6-star drop today. Then I can get a 6-star. Nice. Let's do it. Let's go for it. I'm so far behind in the chat. Zillion saying Phoenix is amazing. I got to check out Phoenix then, guys. There's enough people who I know the game saying it that I gotta try it. Yeah, even Megafarts is saying it. Yeah. All right.
That's interesting. Is that without Emma or with both? I'm curious. Because I have whenever I run her in arena, I run her with Emma, and it does make a big difference. Or at least I think that's the one I'm thinking of. It might be the Sentinel one.
Yeah, if you guys can hit us up, we'll jump in the chat because there's quite a few of you. A lot of names I recognize. A lot of people make smart comments on the channel. I'd be very curious. Phoenix is a little stressful to play, balancing the Phoenix Force and Furies. Okay, Campo, that could be an issue for me. I don't enjoy that's part of my issue with Crossbones. Although, did everyone catch Munash's video on Crossbones? It is by far the best Crossbones video I have seen. It cleared up a lot for me. I thought it was very balanced. And excellent. And the thing with the Munash videos is I'm always like, yeah, dude, you can do that, but come on, I can't. And I felt like he didn't do that in this one. It was very much like, okay, he even like said like on versus this particular champion, I am purposely trying to push them to their SB2 because that is punishable with the heavy. It was a fantastic video. It was fantastic. Ace, what's up, man? We're doing really well. Thanks for asking. I hope you are doing well too. Jets is saying Jabari has some nice synergies and great utility. While the hunt for the bleed is amazing, but when they're immune. Yeah, I did not find her overly difficult to fight. I thought I would. I was going to kind of try to learn really well how to fight her, figuring that the nodes are making her tougher too. And I just kind of tore through her. So I did not. I don't know.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where and how she ends up in the game. What do you think?
I mean, I don't think she's going to be the evil defender that people think she's going to be.
Yeah.
Um, in part because I think people are starting to come around on Storm, and she's such a hard counter to her when you don't have Mighty Charge that I'm not worried.
I just totally forgot about inverted controls. That was fun. You're talking about Storm X, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, so does Storm X get around the cleanse?
Yes.
But Apocalypse is not.
Well, because Apocalypse is trying to prevent the Purify in the first place, and we're not going to go into how I feel about Kabam's policy there.
Yeah.
But Storm does not prevent the Purify; she punishes it by replacing the active stun with the passive one.
Okay, that actually, again, let's not go too far into it, but that makes sense. It just, yeah. As Emma's kicking my butt.
This Ultron drone has a lot of health.
Okay, so Storm was also one of the champions that a lot of really smart players keep telling me I need to test more and get to know. The list is growing, but it's good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I would definitely have tried to use her more in war if mine wasn't on defense. I know I've told you I feel the same way about Reed.
Yeah. So Reed is interesting for me because on my baby account, I've loved him. He's been incredible. In fact, I've been able to do, I think, one level above where I really should have in the side event quest this month. Mm-hmm. And that's been nice to get resources from. But I'm struggling to see like how he's really used in like maybe Act 6, Act 7. I think it was MSD did like a solo against Abyss Darkhawk.
Yeah, that would make sense. Just spamming the L2.
Did I see him? I think is he here? MSD, if you're here, can you refresh my memory on how you did it? It felt like it took a lot of setup. But is that like kind of what you need? Do you need a champion who's healing quite a bit, or?
I don't think so, because the same thing that allows you to stack all those debuffs with Despair and really mess with Darkhawk would be the same kind of thing that allows you to stack a lot of debuffs and shoot his attack value up. And then especially if he's duped, you can start cycling like L3s, and they'll do a ton of bonus damage even beyond the extra attack value because of all the debuffs.
Okay. And then does he like, it felt like he was auto-evading a lot of things?
Yeah, it's actually, there's quite a bit. I don't think of it as reliable, but I find all the time if I miss a parry, it's gotten to the point where I expect it. If I miss a parry once I have a fight set up with him, he will evade it and I'll have another chance to parry.
Yeah. It's kind of like, again, as the baby count, so we're streaming, I'm paying attention to chatting and whatever, but because of just the way things have worked out, I've not done a ton. I'm not going to overplay it, but I've done some questing in that monthly without streaming it. And so as a result, I started to actually notice things. I was like, hold on, he's not evading like, how do we phrase this? It's not like the old Spider-Man where he's just
he doesn't
evading.
Evade on well-timed blocks.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, you can actually work this in. Like, this is a thing. This is a usable actual plus. This isn't a detraction. This is a positive of the champion.
Yeah, and I actually used him on, God, I forget what it was. Maybe it was like a Hulk, something with a lot of unblockable attacks. Might have even been like Aspect of War or something. But I was using him somewhere where, because his chance to dodge things... No, it was unblockable specials, because it's only unblockable specials continues to go up every time somebody tries to hit him with an unblockable attack.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was at like 60% chance to evade or something for unblockable specials, which you don't rely on, kind of like with Hood, but it did come up once or twice where it was just like, that's a nice safety net because I've never fought this champion before.
Got it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Trick, would Korg with Mojo and Hulk Rag be considered? I think that's too many. So if you're talking about the rankings and stuff, I think that's too many for me to incorporate into the rankings now. I mean, not the whole point, but one of the main points of my rankings was to keep it simple. Because I really don't want it to feel like it's supposed to be an all-encompassing, like, this is what you need to know about the champion. And I realize a lot of, like, you all on this stream would not do that, but there's so many people who I think would. Like, I imagine a player new to the game, and they're like, oh, champions ranking, this is amazing. And they're just going to see it, and then they're going to try to play it. And so that's my concern there, and why I don't want to try to add too much to the spreadsheet. And I know no matter how much I do the disclaimer in the beginning, that you should not do this, I know people still will. And so that's kind of the concern there, right? So people are saying Phoenix is pretty solid. That'd be fun to play around with. Mega Parts, I don't know what to do now. R5 Kingpin, R5 Stealthy, R5 Crossbones. Seen some insane stuff after his buff. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Minashin's video was great. And it's great because I think it's really like, this is what you can expect out of the champion. It's not purely a showcase. Showcases are awesome. I love them. I do them myself. I think this was an amazing champion review and how to play. Zillium, I knew you'd be excited about the Storm conversation. 616, yeah, seriously, inverted controls. Come on. But I should know better. I should know better on Emma's SP1. What's up, Nilo? How you doing, dude? Been loving your videos lately, man. I've commented on most of the ones I've watched, so I think you know, but I've been enjoying that. Kazuri, weird thing. I'm trying to figure out if Jabbar should create such distance after parrying her. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there with her. One of the things I was so excited to see is that she's got, I don't know if it's technically called a staff, but champions like that tend to have like a really nice reach, and I enjoy playing them. Like the step back light with them feels typically
characters.
What's that? Polearm. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, there you go.
Joking.
I am not good with my weapon naming. Polearm. That is, thank you. What was the champion where, is it Morningstar? Where we're like, that's not actually a Morningstar. Is it her?
Oh yeah, it's a flail, I think.
Yeah. She technically doesn't have a Morningstar, but anyways, that's yeah. Okay, moving through. Okay, MSD. It was a tactical play on his part. You needed to time the SB2 perfectly so the second hit makes contact just as the force field goes down. That's a specific thing for Darkhawk, though. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I remembered in watching it. I mean, and I felt like you did a good job of walking us through what you were doing. I really like those. Like, as much as I personally prefer videos where the person is talking. Obviously, I enjoy talking. I get that comment a lot on my videos. But every once in a while, like if I'm able to really pay attention, I actually do prefer the ones where the person is just typing out what they're doing. It helps me kind of like concentrate a little bit. I don't know if anyone feels the same way. Hey, Vega, saw that Barrowman has been doing polls for every class for which champ. What are your so-called bests in each class? Jack, do you know, buddy, with my rankings, I really try to say, like, I think it's outside of Quake, it's almost impossible to say this champion is just better than the others that are in their tier. Like, I think we can safely say Apocalypse is better than, let's see, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, Beast. Apocalypse is just better than Beast, right?
That seems like a safe interval.
I was like, is anyone in the chat like Beast? No, I'm pretty sure not anyone in this chat. And so, like, I'm very comfortable with that, and that's why I put them into tiers, and I purposely keep it to 4 tiers. That's it. There's only 4 tiers in mine. And so what I'll tend to do, like, when I get asked those questions, is I'm happy to say, like, this is my favorite. This is who, like, I ranked up first. I'm happy to do that kind of stuff. Because best, I think, is just, the game's so complex. But I think it's also a fun conversation. Like, if all of us are sitting around in a bar, oh, dude, I would love to have that conversation with you all. That would be fun. Am I alone with the state of the game? It's a little boring. Only have 4 lanes left of the best. No, I don't think you are. And I think that's just kind of the natural cycle of the game. I feel like the beginning of the year tends to be a little boring, a little stale. We're coming off of the holidays and the gifting event. I do feel like the game lately, there's been really awesome champions that are released towards the end of the year. And then I think January, February, March, I guess we're now technically into April, it just feels a little bit stale because it feels a bit monotonous, right? So for me, that's just the way it's been for probably 3 or 4 years. I'm used to it, and I've accepted it. So no, I don't think you're wrong. People saying hi to each other. I feel like there's something funny going on with DLL. What's going on? I can't. I'm seeing jokes going back
Just
and
a
forth.
long nerdy back and forth between.
Got it. Zillium, God damn it, this is so much better. I knew someone was. You know what's funny is I was gonna say Storm, but I was like, all the Storm X lovers are gonna think I'm talking about her, and I'm not.
Well, and Apako's better than Classic Storm, but have you seen her, the Horseman? It's pretty fun.
Hold on just 1 second, everyone. I will be back in just a few seconds. Just a few seconds. All right.
Duped Moon Knight. Woof.
No, we're gonna take the break.
Yeah, MSD, that's a pretty good list.
I know you have a break.
I'm not going to fight you on Colossus. He's just not the best mutant. He's allowed to be your favorite.
But then you have a second.
Yeah, I think I posted this because somebody was talking about this earlier, like asked people to give their favorites. Yeah, there it is. And I said Apocalypse, Reed, Tigra, Warlock, Hyperion, Killmonger. Not necessarily the best in the class, but my current favorites. Yeah, those are good ones. Yeah, Jacob, I haven't watched the stream, but I heard he was doing really well, and you know, Brian's a tough opponent, so I'm sure it was a great one. It's just a little bit past my bedtime. Let's see, Campo. Decide rank 3 between unduped Moleman, unduped Falcon, or duped Killmonger. Okay, so me personally, I would immediately remove Falcon from that because all of the things that I dislike about his playstyle are greatly exacerbated when he is not duped. Because it's just the payoff is less and the pain parts are more. Harder to stay alive with him in very difficult fights. Between unduped Moleman and duped Killmonger, that's a difficult question because Moleman definitely spikes higher on damage. There's absolutely no question about that. But the thing is, I don't know if he's been fixed yet, but he's not supposed to have access to his utility and his damage at the same time. And I've seen quite a bit of evidence at this point that when you are focused on his utility, he actually has significantly lower damage than even a medium-low Sig Killmonger. And given that Killmonger also has not just true accuracy, but true strike, so he ignores resistance and armor even on non-crits, and he has those indestructibles, and I just prefer his moveset. I personally would vote Killmonger, but it's 100% between those two who you enjoy playing, who fits better into your teams, because they're both very good. John, that's awesome. Getting him to Sig 200 is amazing.
Who, Killmonger?
Yep. I'm assuming that's a rank 5, but that's awesome all the same.
The stupid Storm clipped me.
Yeah, she'll do that.
Yeah. Sorry about the rank. So, as I was saying, my the school scheduling for my kids is kind of all out of whack last week, this week, and next week. And my poor youngest, she thought we were taking our break right now, but it's actually not for an hour.
Okay.
Or my oldest. And so she was at the door, and then she felt badly for interrupting. And I was like, "No, honey, it's okay. It's not a big deal."
Yeah. Meta, that's a good list.
What are we doing? The tops in each champion or in each class?
Favorites more than tops for most of us, and I think that's because a lot of us are smart enough to realize how hard it is to try and make a convincing argument for the top in any class. But Meta says Killmonger, Domino, I-Bomb, Warlock, Magic, CGR.
Meta's a Domino fan.
He's a huge Domino fan. I think we've had this talk back and forth before, and he won't pretend that she is, far and away the best, most consistent mutant.
Yeah.
but he loves playing her, and he thinks that she is significantly stronger in serious content than a lot of people give her credit for.
I enjoy playing her. She is one of my favorite champions to just play. And the reason isn't even because of like what she can do. I mean, what she can do is obviously a big part of it, but it's her demeanor. I think they did such a great job of like when I play her, I feel like I'm playing this very borderline cocky champion that's gonna somehow pull it out. Like she'll figure it out.
That's why I hate fighting her so much, because you're right. Her animations just feel cocky.
Yeah, like even if just her stance, like her relaxed stance, like just the way she's got her. I love her. I love her. The mutant class is just so overpowered. Not overpowered, but you guys know what I mean. That's why I have not ranked her up yet. That's why I have not ranked her up. All right, let me. I'm just now getting back in.
Zillium says Annihilus, Cable, Black Widow, Deadly Origin, Void, Vision, and Mojo. That's a brave list.
Oh, Zillium,
not a bad
though?
one, but brave, yeah.
Yeah, Zillium likes Annihilus.
Okay, Metal Sonic rephrases for favorites. Tigra, She-Hulk, there we go. Gilly 99, Colossus, Agent Venom, and Venom. Really? Agent Venom? Like, nothing against the character. I actually like his moveset, but I have a 455, and every time I try to play him, I'm just like, this isn't worth it.
That was strong.
It's so annoying, like, you know, going through all of his stuff, getting off that L1, and then you go, oh, it's only like, what is it, like a 40%, 60% chance to bleed? And it's not even that strong of a bleed. It's, he's a champion from a different time, when you can tell that the Kabam designers were like, we really have to rein things in here.
I wonder if that's what's going on now. A little bit. Although we just got CGR, but he has his limitations.
You can't put that cat back in the bag, guys.
First of all, cats should not be in bags. Let's just make that clear right now. Don't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're not condoning animal endangerment.
It's a bad idea.
Sorry, I don't know why I thought that'd be funny, but I did. Here.
Yeah, Meta, I heard Brian made really good use of Kingpin. Campo, I would definitely like a buff for Agent Venom. He is a cool character.
He was one of the ones I thought was going to be buffed. I thought Crossbones for sure, and I had said that, but I still think Agent Venom will get it soon.
Metal Sonic says Agent Venom is his original favorite. I can respect that. I won't call her my favorite, but I've always had a soft spot for Psylocke, because she's just like almost good. Like, I just wish that before they released her, they had talked to me. Why is that power gain buff active? Why? Why would you make a power control champion that is completely useless against even 1 point in Mystic Dispersion?
Yeah. Speaking of talking to a player before, did you see Tater's war video? It just came out last night, but like he has all these suggestions for war, dude. It sounds like so much fun. Oh my gosh!
I'll check that one out.
And I remember him talking about some of this stuff in chats, so it wasn't like it was a huge surprise. But I guess he talked over some things with Lizer, and she added some really cool qualifiers. I would love to see it happen. I would love to see these things happen.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. We're getting a lot of really good lists in here for favorites.
We're not just this is just favorites, right? Not necessarily best.
Yeah, seeing AA, a lot of Warlocks, a lot of Claire, another Hype. There's a Torch, Guardian, Moleman, Quake.
Spam? Is anyone saying spam?
I think one person said that. I forget who.
What's up, Duke? Duke's here. How you doing, buddy?
Is he your current vote for science?
Here, now I want to participate too. I want to play.
And while I play, I would like to subtly flex.
Yeah. That's not the intention, but it happened, right? Sometimes things happen and it's not what you mean. Um, yeah, spam is just a ton of fun, guys. He just is. I think it would have to be spam. Thing and incursions is fun, but I have a feeling that might get boring after a bit. Skill.
Hey, Duke. Yeah, good job on that war. That was. uh, we seem to have our best when it doesn't matter. But y'all did very well with defense. I was helping with planning that offense, and it was tricky. There were paths through. I think we had a setup that definitely could have donutted, but it took a while to arrive at.
We're getting a favorite of Doc Ock. I hear that a lot, and I could see that. I could definitely see that. I mean, like, I could understand someone having a ton of fun with Doc Ock. Favorite is Stealthy. That is interesting to me because, like, if we're including fun and enjoyment playing, that's actually part of my issue with him. But I get it. Not everyone's going to enjoy the stuff I enjoy. Spam versus Abyss. Meta DL is already trying to talk me into doing that. He did that today. Favorite Mystic.
Sonic says it doesn't work though.
What doesn't work?
Or at least I think that's what he's saying. He says he does not work a little bit below that.
I believe that. I recall seeing some stuff on Twitter of MSD testing him out. I feel like I saw that.
Oh, we're getting a vote for Daredevil Hell's Kitchen.
This stuff is hard to most fun. Like Mutant, I want to put Professor X. But Cable is just enjoyable. I don't know. It's a fun game. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying reading everybody's though. Kang with Apocalypse Synergy and Tech West. Ooh. Yeah, okay, next time we go around. That's true. Duke, you've been on the Kang train? Yeah, that sounds fun. The Kang train. You've been on that for a while, my friend.
You and Strands.
Yeah. How was Strands? Did he stop by? I felt like I saw him and I forgot to say hi.
Oh, if he was here, I missed him.
Yeah.
We talked a bit this morning, though.
Strands, I apologize if I missed you, dude. Strife is pretty fun. Yeah, I got to go back and test Strife. I started using him, and I felt like there was this lane in Act 7, which would be really good for testing him. I was going to do a video. And then one thing was for sure, either the lane or Strife was bugged. That was like brutally, obviously clear. And then also, I felt like I was using his evade counter, I believe it is. Remember, guys, I got Strife around the time I had a concussion, and it's very clear to me looking back, like even professionally, I lost about 2 months. So keep this in mind. Be gentle. It was difficult for me because I felt like I can't ramp him up and also use his utility. Now, my Strife was only a rank 1, though, so that might be part of it. And also, maybe that's not such a bad thing. Like, if you could ramp him up and use his utility at the same time, that might be a game-breaking champion. So I'm not just saying that was bad, but it was not easy to just ramp him up and use him as this evade counter. And I think there was an unstoppable portion, too, if I'm remembering the lane properly, that I just wasn't enjoying. But maybe if he was a rank 2 or a rank 3 champion, it wouldn't have seemed nearly as tedious. It wouldn't have seemed nearly as tedious, maybe.
Hold on. We
What's
got
that?
fighting words in here.
What?
Krusty Husk says, I literally can't find a favorite Mystic. I kind of dislike all of them. You dislike controlling fights? I'm confused.
Well, we all like different things.
No, I know.
I know.
I'm poking some fun.
I know.
But we've said before, Mystics are my favorite class. That's hard for me to process.
I think because of the way they work, it's almost impossible for... Like, I think that's kind of what's been happening with the recent ones, is they're not controlling power. Like, anytime you can control power, like, power is involved in almost every single fight of this game. So if you can manipulate it somehow, it's going to be a big deal. Like, even the nodes where they try to take power out of the equation, right? Like polka dot power or whatever, like champions with power gain are still gaining power. It's just... and I think, like, that's what Mystics did for so long. And then we have, like, a Sasquatch... And I don't even know if MCoC's got anything like that in it. But then Dragon Man, he can't control it, but he has those massive power charges. So I think Mystic almost like has an unfair setup. And I think Skill almost has like an unfair negative setup, like with what it is they do. And then if they put all the things that a champion in skill cost can do, you end up with Nick Fury. And that's why we only have one of them. right? And even him, you were only going to be able to play him at 20% health, but he's so insanely good because he's got all the various things a skill champion can do. I don't know. That's my thoughts. Is the Colossus immune to shock?
No.
All right.
I don't think so anyway. Not off the top of my head.
So we were talking about champions that are just flat out fun. Hulkbuster. Hulkbuster is so much fun.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about MCoC.
I don't know anyone that like loves MCoC.
Yeah. I mean, he seems interesting. He does have that revolving power gain. He has a light power steal. He has some regen, some stagger. The damage seems decent. I don't know. I don't think... He seems like one of the least disappointing 2021 champions. I'll say that.
MCoC?
Yeah.
Oh, Work is here. What's up, Work? If you don't have a favorite Mystic, go fight an Annihilus or Terax with Dragon Man. Dragon Man's awesome, dude. Annihilus is one of the champions that has me loving, like still really finding a use for my my sim sup. Like him getting rid of the rod just at the start of the fight. It's just really comforting. It is really comforting.
There's nobody I like better for him than Claire.
Yeah, that's who often. That's like, in fact, I just had a war where that's who I used.
Yeah.
But that was for what just happened. Did I do something wrong?
I don't know.
This is weird, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I advanced and I didn't realize I'd already advanced.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I have played the game before. Anyone who's wondering, this is not my first day ever playing. Yeah, there's Strands. I thought I saw Strands. What's up, dude? We were talking about you. I thought I saw you in here earlier. Darren Morgan's asking, R3 Sig 20 Crossbones, R3 Hitmonkey Sig 40. Let's get someone who knows Hitmonkey well, because I'm just not a fan. I think part of it is maybe not knowing him as well. So to me, I go Crossbones. Even though you're not going to get really much of the shrug. But I'd like to hear from someone who knows Hitmonkey. DL, do you feel?
I feel very little about Hitmonkey. I think I have a 5-star, but like, with the other skills I have, I've never felt a need for him.
Let's hear from someone who knows Hitmonkey well. But I would go Crossbones, just with what I know, Darren.
Dreamin says R3 Crossbones would be amazing, which doesn't surprise me. I'm pretty sure Dreamin was always one of the ones that rated him higher even before the buff.
Oh, Jacob, your comment, dude. That is a comment that I would answer differently if this was Vega After Dark or Vega at Night. My relationship with Annihilus is tainted since I've really ranked him up for defense. Yeah, I hear you. On the face of what you're saying, yes, I think he was a defensive rank up for most people. Dream, what is it that you like about Crossbones, if you don't mind? I mean, I imagine it's the defensive ability accuracy reduction. Of course, the non-crit is really nice and can be handy when you need it. And it's not hurtful in just a regular fight. He's very good against heroes. But is there anything else? I keep saying it over and over, but I really did like it. And I know no one sits there and watches the stream from start to finish. Munash did an amazing video on X-Bones. I highly suggest checking it out. So yeah, Dreamin is starting to kind of answer a little bit of what he likes.
Okay, Duke flat out asked. We have to address it.
Yeah, hold on. Let me do two things. And then, I see Duke asking, so let's get into it. And that's right. Zillium likes Annihilus, and Zillium knows the game. So, and I think Zillium's adding in enjoyment of playing too. I don't believe, Zillium, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you're saying that Annihilus is like the best cosmic champion in the game. You're saying, I just really like this champion. They can do things. They're very fun. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, take care, John.
Saint, yes, I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for stopping by. John, is John taking off? See you, John. Thanks for coming by, dude. All right, let's go with the long answer for Duke, because Duke, this is a thing. I don't particularly like it either, but the way they explained it, it actually kind of makes some sense.
Well, it's consistent.
It's consistent. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Drago spelled it out here before I got to it. It's just, yeah, it's like the way that Stagger gets around Mystic Ward or other kind of nullify resistances by, yeah, the same way they're saying that Cleanse, even though it says it's a Purify, even though everything about its text says Purify, and even though she has abilities that trigger on a Purify that trigger with Cleanse, it is not considered a Purify for the purposes of Apocalypse's resistance to Purify mechanics. And I'm guessing that OR would not be able to turn it off either. The same way that Doom gets around Mystic Ward, which is weird because I always assumed that was a bug because Stagger is so obviously a nullify. It even says the next buff is immediately nullified. But apparently that's the line that it is intentional, and that's what they're sticking with. And we can at least work with that going forward, because now that we have a clear answer, I agree, Duke. I don't think it's a great answer.
I wonder if someone for Kabam was watching those streams where we were talking about it. And I was like, yeah, I hear you guys on Storm, but I really think Apocalypse just made her completely worthless. Like everything she can do, he can do. And so why, and they're like, we need to find a use for Storm. Like,
but what's weird is that if that's what they did, then they just made Doom better. By confirming that they were never going to get rid of Stagger.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. And by the way, everyone, I'm completely kidding. I am not that self-absorbed that I think Bam even knows I exist, much less that they would do something because I said it. Yeah, I don't know. It is... Yeah, whatever. We'll see how it plays out. I tend to think in the long run they know what they're doing with their game. I just think that I wish they would sometimes say, like, hey, you know what? We didn't think of that, and we're going to have to change this.
Yeah. Trick says tested OR does not work. Well, thanks for testing it.
That was some bad Hulkbuster play right there.
Meta brings up Arcus. I was actually just wondering about him the other day, because he has that Vision Age of Ultron synergy, who now is accessible as a 6-star, unlike OG Vision. And it extends the way his armor shattered works, which I believe is the same way that Medusa's works in shutting everything off, to all metal champions. Which is kind of big. Yeah, 100% ability accuracy and combat rate. And if you use him with either Vision, it does the same thing to all metal champions, kind of turning him into a Magneto with power lock. I'm assuming that's what Krusty Hulk is getting at when he says shuts down nearly every tech. Yeah, I can see it being obsolete with how easy Magneto is to use, but the 100% power lock feels like it might be worth it, meta. I don't know.
Doesn't turn out to be nearly as fun as I thought it would be.
Oh, it's just tech metal. Okay, then yeah, that's not... I missed that word. Then that's not as awesome. Yeah, they're like, oh, you know what? That would just be too powerful. We can't have Arcus good against a metal champion that like has class advantage on him or anything. That'd be ridiculous. And then they buff Magneto.
This is boring.
Yeah. If you had thrown it, do you have to hit him to get the power?
What's that?
Drain. If you had thrown your L3, do you have to hit him to get the first power drain?
I don't know. This is just really boring. I'm kind of hoping Iron Man dies. All right. This will at least speed it up. One way or the other, this fight will end soon.
Yeah. Duke, yeah. That's a good comparison. Same thing they did with Psycho Man and Mags. Where it's like, oh, we can't overtune Psycho Man because that would just be silly. Yeah, thanks, Meta. I was just curious if the Special 3 itself was considered like one repulsor attack. Because, like Sorcerer has that thing where her specials also power steal when she's in that.
I'm very open to the idea that I missed something, but this is why I was like, I don't like. This is nice to be able to power drain with the what's the repulsor up or the plasma, but it's like against a power gain node or something like that. You're still, it's not a power lock, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I was telling you how much I love using Voodoo with the 3 power burn buffs up because of how much damage they do.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like if you for some reason have to be in an odd combo with him to reduce the enemy ability accuracy and you don't get the boost and you only have like 1 or 2 power burns up and they only work every other hit. Nah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, they're not all perfect. And I thought you made a really good point about, because for me, I feel like as we're seeing less poison immune, or more like a greater percentage of champions not be poison immune, that was so good for him. But you make a great point that he does have another way of doing damage.
Yeah. Because I was going to say for those but like nobody heard my private audio message to you. But I was telling Vega that I take a Miss Marvel in map 7 with Vigor, with Voodoo on a regular basis. And he completely wrecks her, even though she has Strike Back and Vigor, which can make it difficult to keep the tempo up with other champions. Because you get those 3 power burn buffs up, you completely lock down her power. And because they are thrown up, because they go up on the first hit, the second hit power burns and keeps her from going red no matter where her power is when you throw it. And you can just stay aggressive because you don't have to worry about the opponent ever going red and you just keep doing damage. It's kind of like the point I made about Killmonger yesterday in the server, where if you have a champion where they can keep the tempo of the fight up, they don't need to do as much damage per hit. Because they just get more of them in.
People are enjoying your voice. I think you understood that, but
I caught that. Yeah.
Good. It's a compliment.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Michael has a good question here. I think really the difference is whether you have Hood with Kingpin or not, and if you have Crossbones at Sig 200, right?
Can Crossbones, maybe Dreamin would know this if he's still here. Can Crossbones shrug off both debuffs if he gets 2 at once? Because I know that's a limitation on Kingpin, right?
Yeah, it's almost like there's like a very short cooldown or something on it. You can sometimes have Kingpin keep a debuff. Also, if I remember correctly, Kingpin is all debuffs. Is Crossbones all debuffs or just damaging?
I believe Crossbones is all debuffs, but Krusty Hulk points out that his Purify also has like a temporary cooldown in accuracy or something. I'm looking up the specifics.
Okay, you're looking up. Yeah, I'm trying to bring it up too.
If I can remember what his profile picture looks like. Oh, I have them sorted by release order. That would be why. Okay.
Okay, so we've got
Chance
Crossbones.
Temporarily decreases for consecutive triggers for 3 seconds.
Are you on Aunt May? Because Duck Slug actually has like an editorial, which is really helpful. Right. There we go. So everyone, you guys can see that, I think.
Let me be nice, Meta.
Yeah. See, this kind of stuff is hard for me because like 90% is such a high chance, right? But you can't feel 100% positive about it. It's like Captain America at Sig 175. Like that's great, but it's a nice to have. And then let's see.
And that's Sig 200. That's after you've thrown 200 Sig stones into a 6-star that isn't at the top of the prestige race and doesn't gain in any other way.
And this is so Crossbones is all debuffs.
Yeah,
it's not just damaging. So,
yeah. Whereas Kingpin unduped with Hood is 100% chance, just only one at a time.
Yeah, I think that's something to. I personally, if you're looking for the debuff shrugger, I would go Kingpin with Hood. If that's your sole thing, that's how I read that. That's what I would go with. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. And Work chimes in to your point that he fought Voids in war with Captain America at Sig 180 and had them not shrug.
Voids in war with Captain America. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I remember there used to be that node with, I think it was the Power Lock that everybody used to put Void on, and I took that with Killmonger with the Void synergy, and he was great for it because the Power Lock like kept reapplying, and so he actually had multiple chances to shrug it. But I definitely had fights where I almost died there because I think he failed to shrug like 12 debuffs in a row or something, which when you run the math on it shouldn't. Or it's not that it shouldn't happen. It should happen sometimes, but it's extremely rare. Krusty has another good point that even if Kingpin is getting more debuffs than he can immediately purify, once he gets to 8, he gets rid of him anyway.
What was that?
Because he gets the overpower buff when he gets to 8 debuffs. So even if he's only converting some of them, you have to sit there with some weaknesses or bleeds or whatever, he'll eventually turn him around.
Yeah, that's the
Tater
thing.
says I sound like Usafa. Sorry.
Is that he turns them into damage. Like I really like Kingpin a lot. I can't wait for the Hood buff to come out. Some people are probably like, what is that guy talking about? He just...
No.
Yeah.
I really do hope it's good. Yeah, I used Warlock a few times for this guy. That shifting immunity node is annoying, but...
I find it fun because I like to throw the heavy into him when he's bleed immune. It's just a good time.
I also used Apocalypse, which fit well.
Yeah.
Same idea.
Taters, what's up, dude? Yeah, there is a similarity with Usafa. I hear that for sure. It seems like a lot of people are thinking Kingpin if your goal is to shrug debuffs. Taters, I had to control myself. I was like, I actually almost wrote you a couple messages, and I was like, I had to hit this guy up every day just to be like, I miss you. I'm like, I need to stop doing that. I need to stop doing that because he's going to block me some point. When you rank up a Magneto, he shrugs 100% of the time. Best shrugger in the game. I think I'm not understanding.
Taters will get over that question real quick when he sees my prestige.
Yeah. You know what you could do, Taters, is you could consider me and DLL as like a joint ticket, like like a political race, like where you have to vote for both of us or neither of us. You could combine our prestige, average it out, and then every Saturday I'm just a complete backup in war, and DLL takes all his fights and all the fights you would have given me. And I think everyone wins. Everyone wins.
Except my poor 5-star Archangel.
Yeah, we'll worry about those details later.
Oh, hey, Robbie. Good to hear from you. It's one of my BG3 mates in Savage Squad. Nice.
What's up, dude? Dude, you've been talking about how much you've been enjoying them lately. It's really cool.
It's a good group.
Like, I feel like I kind of somehow know Robbie. Robbie, I mean this in a good way. You either come up on stream or you come up in group chats a lot. And like, does Strands know Robbie? Is that why?
Yeah, Strands was in our group for a bit.
Yeah, a lot of people say very positive things about Robbie. And I have a cousin, Robbie, so like it just, I don't know, whatever. That got awkward. But people say positive things about you, Robbie. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, when Apocalypse first dropped, he was our beast mode AQ boss solo guy for him.
Oh, maybe that's why. With whom?
Yeah.
With which champion?
With Gilly 99, and he just recently took his cable to rank 3.
Nice, Robbie. I like it. I like
He
it.
took on a Terrax boss last war.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You brought it up, so I assume it went well.
I'd say so. I mean, the lore or the war was lost at that point, and he was rushed. But yeah,
There's
I have
always
complete confidence in next time.
that's always rough. Like when you have a big war and you know it's lost, and you're like, "All right, buddy, it's your turn to fight the boss. Boost big, you got him." And you're like, "Dude, this sucks." Like,
Do all of your duels. Make
Yeah.
sure you have all of the timing right.
we've already clearly lost. Why am I using a 30% champion boost for this?
Yeah, you got. That's pretty much exactly what it was.
Yeah.
No, but his first run wasn't bad, but his second run was like literally perfect.
That's nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's definitely some like it's not easy at all. I mean, you and I've talked about no boss fight is easy because it's just
Capcom made it look easy, but that timing is apparently a little more narrow than you would think watching that video.
It is, and you know what, dude? Yusafa, he soloed a Terrax not much longer afterwards, like a couple days, it felt like.
Mm-hmm.
And he made it look even easier. Like he had
That's
it nailed down. Like, you know, you can just tell like a guy is feeling it. Like it's like an athlete when they're just, I can't think of the term, but they're in the zone. Yusafa was in the freaking zone. And he just destroyed it. Yeah. Like there was so many things he did. Like I think he even threw like a couple combos to like back up Terrax. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Nick, thanks for oh no. Well, hey, good for you, man. Good for you for knowing when it's time to hang it up. This game definitely like gets into real life in ways no one ever imagines it would when you install it. So good for you, and thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Duke, you just make APOC look easy, man. He is not easy. I've heard people say that. They're like, is Apocalypse easy now? And I was like, in fact, you're who I'm talking about. As I will say, I know some players who make it look easy, but it is not easy. It is absolutely not easy. Taters, you can't come on here. Well, you can come on here and do whatever you want. Do I play white mags and red mags at the same time? I have not had that happen, but I don't think I've really needed to. And also, Michael, it wasn't till I did this latest white mags video that I realized how good he was. I often would consider him like, hey, I'm playing Guardian, I want to bring White Magneto, or hey, I'm playing Professor X, I'm going to bring White Magneto because I enjoy what they do. Or like really great war planning would say like, okay, we're going to bring in White Magneto for the pre-fights. It wasn't until I really analyzed him on his own that I realized he is awesome. Like I knew he was better than a lot of the community thought he was. I didn't realize how much better he is. He truly is like his own champion. Like I'm going to do everything I can to not talk about him in relation to Red Magneto as I can, because if he just came out, like if next month they're like, hey, we've got this, you know, I don't want to just completely make up someone, but someone who's not in the game. I realize lore wise this makes no sense, but Null's coming into the game and here are his abilities. CCP members will be like, oh my God, this amazing champion has come into the game. He makes so many other champions so much better. Also, he in himself can do all these great things. He's bleed immune. He's, you know, has this great advantage against metal champions. I realize Null wouldn't have that, but you get my point. And so I think it'd be really good to start just talking about White Magneto that way. MCoC isn't life friendly at all. Jacob, we were talking about earlier. Someone asked me how I'm enjoying my new alliance, and I really like the people in it a lot. The last 2 Saturdays, it's just kind of the way it's worked out. I also think a little bit is, you know, people are getting vaccinated here, and I think we've just learned so much more about COVID that we're starting to understand like what's safe and what's not. And because of that, like my oldest daughter had a soccer game. And, you know, they limited the amount of parents that could go and watch it. But I was able to kind of like hang out with some of like my best friends who I have not seen in a group in over a year. And then like we had some family friends over and we stayed in our backyard, but we, you know, and everyone had masks on and whatnot. But we did that. And I even had a couple drinks. And it felt really good to be able to do that. And then I still did war. I did war this Saturday. And I lived. I lived. I lived. I didn't die, but I definitely didn't come out with very much health. And it felt really cool. It felt cool to just be able to hang out with these people and not have that in the back of my mind. And I know that there's a lot of really awesome players who are like, dude, I do that every time. Why are you stressing? That's just me. In fact, I don't know if he's still here, Taters. And I don't think he'll mind me saying this because he said it in a war video. I didn't know he was this way. But he said it in a war video recently. It was this season where, Taters, if you're still here, correct me if I'm wrong, buddy, because I don't want to put words in your mouth. But it felt like what you said was, once I know I have a fight, I want to take that fight. Like, it's not that you're worried about the fight, that it's going to go poorly. It's like, I just want to take it. I'm excited. I want to take it. I want to take that fight. And I am definitely the same way. Like, when I know I have a fight coming up, like I see it listed, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to take, you know, Nick Fury on whatever. And I'm like, I want to do my duels now, and I want to boost, and I want to take that fight now. And then obviously you can't because you have to clear and other people have to clear you. And then like excitement starts to build up. I was the same way when I played sports. Like I was the kid who laid out their jersey the night before the game. Like I had it all laid out, and then I would wake up at like 5:30 in the morning and start blaring music. And I was that way from the time I was like a little kid playing t-ball till I was in college and playing sports. Like that's just how I was. Like I wanted to do it. So, anyways, that was a lot. I don't know where that all came from, but you guys got it. Taters, if you're still there, is that more or less? Hopefully, I didn't put it incorrectly, and if I did, go watch all of Tater's war videos so you can see it. They're great videos. Oh, dude, we are having a good one, man. Thanks for coming by. I think we'll be going for a bit more here too. My schedule's a little different than it has been in previous weeks. This was a poor choice to bring in for this one. Let's see if we can get it done. Hulkbuster's so much fun. What did I do wrong there? Does anyone in the...
Sorry, I wasn't.
Oh, you know what? I lost my armor up, so the attack wasn't unblockable. Is that what happened? Anyone in the chat know exactly what happened? I think I was able to self-diagnose it, though. Dude, Hulkbuster is just so good. So good. Wolf, what's up, dude? First time? I recognize your name and your logo from comments on the videos. I always appreciate the support, dude. Glad you could join us. We're going a little later than I have in previous. My stream schedule is going to be a little wonky for a few weeks, and then I'll try to figure something out so it can be a bit more reliable. Zillium, yeah, new champions will really make that more exciting, right? There you are. I was wondering if you got muted somehow or if you just stepped aside.
Oh no, I took a break for a second, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I fought I had an Arcus on Path 9 this last war against NY. I haven't seen anyone other than Magneto there for a while.
Oh, yeah. I used to take that chitinous thorns all the time when I was in NY. You know, they kind of knew. They're like, okay, you know, Vega can take some tough fights, but especially on the Saturday, we like do not give him something new because it's 50-50, you know, that it's going to turn out all right. And and so I would end up on that chitinous thorn. And dude, it was just always Colossus. It was always Colossus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I fought Sasquatch on Encroaching Stun so many times.
You know what? You guys don't use a rank 3 torch for that
No, we do.
with flame on?
Yeah. The only time I have ever died to that fight was when I took it with torch, but I was tired. I was trying to open things up for other people before I went to bed, and I forgot I didn't forget to use the pre-fight. The pre-fight failed, and I forgot to watch for the diamond and back out.
Got it.
It's the only time I've ever done that, and I survived through 2 L3s and 3 cycles of Wrath of Tanarak before I finally died.
Got it.
And he had 6% left.
That's so frustrating.
It was the fight of my life, but he just didn't have it. And then this last war, I had my best one yet, where Encroaching Stun only triggered once, and he didn't even go into Wrath of Tanarak. I crushed it.
And I think Muson's saying that, yeah, I did definitely. I lost the armor break, so it wasn't unblockable. Dude, how are you doing? I think you were commenting that you were going to be taking a little break, right? I hope all is well.
Yeah. I think Muson's saying Buffet also could have just taken the unblockable itself.
Oh. Yeah.
That's an active buff.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
No, I read his comment very quickly.
I took a Hulkbuster with Claire recently, and I was gonna put it in a war video, and then I was like, she's too good at it. It's boring. I shouldn't bother with this. Because yeah, she just completely turns him off once you get that first L2 up.
What's up, Robert? Thanks for stopping by, man. Do you guys do Quake heavy charge start for Sussy on that node? Oof, we would need to talk to our good Quakers. I am not one of them. I wonder if Bryn has a video on that. Bryn's been putting up videos this season. They've been cool. On do you Quake that at all? Do y'all?
I mean, I as a rule do not Quake in war.
Okay.
I'm good with her, but not good enough. Let's see.
Oh man. I was tempted to try to think this through on stream, but yeah, if you guys don't mind, this could be fun. So I take path 4. So I will be fighting this magic, which I don't think is much to be. I mean, aside from Limbo, I'm not too worried about that. This Black Widow.
Just don't get hit.
Yeah, try not to get hit. And then this is where things get. This is like, like I said, I do miss a little bit of a competitive war. This is part of it. Is I potentially am fighting Longshot, Doom, and Darkhawk. I also might not be. I don't know. So you kind of have to figure out, like, are you bringing someone in or not for them? I feel like Human Torch could just take Longshot and Magic, right?
Yeah, most likely.
Darkhawk.
Oh, you have double domino?
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do this outside of stream. And then this domino.
Yeah.
She's not placing debuffs at all, right? Like when I see. Oh yeah. Well, see, when I see this stuff, I'm like, is there something I'm not thinking of? I mean, I guess I could just Archangel that.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only challenge there is if she starts evading a bunch. Because if she evades 3 times in short succession, she'll go unblockable.
Yeah, but I would just be ignoring heavy anyway, right? Or I mean, lucky, like when she goes on lucky. So I would purposely just do parry heavy, is my point, and then wait till I get 3 neuros before I did any sort of combos.
Right, and then Claire is just fine with a bleed immune.
All right, and then potentially Archangel.
She'll gain power, but as long as you're careful, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I got you. All right, maybe
Did you say Archangel? Not for Claire.
No. I was thinking for this I bomb, but I'm seeing the ebb and flow intercept and
yeah.
Maybe if there's like a dual immune, I could take a dual immune for.
Is that one on you?
So this is like a shared fight. It's like you
Yeah.
might take it. I'm very lucky in
Gotcha.
that work in progress takes lane 6. I think it is 1, 2, 3, 6. And so, and then there's a guy named Ash. Seems like a quality player. I think he's European maybe, and so he goes to sleep when a lot of these are up. It's not. I mean, there's nothing the guy can do about it, right? It's just he's got to sleep.
Yeah.
So
Duke says Warlock for Domino, Claire, and I-Bomb. You're betting on willpower, but I'm assuming that's probably a pretty safe bet at this level.
Domino, Claire, I-Bomb.
Like Warlock for all 3.
Yeah. Yeah. So if I did, could Warlock take this? Here, I'm gonna have to think it through afterwards. And I won't do the fights now. Yeah, Zilliam, I got it, man. Very important war on the verge of. Oh, okay. Good luck. Same to you, but I hope you have a great day. Good luck in the ward, man, and I hope you guys pull it off. I know that stuff, like, it feels good when you get those wins, and then you get to the bracket that you're hoping for, or just ghost the whole path. Yeah, I'm not confident of ghosting Domino. Maybe it'll be something I'll do. Maybe like later this afternoon, I'll do some duels, see if I can get comfortable with it, because that would be fun. That would be fun. All right. Let's just do a little more of the EQ, and then we'll shut it down in a bit.
Yeah.
See, there's work. Work. I was just talking about how I was lucky that I end up sharing a lot of those fights with you. We got some interesting ones, buddy, to figure out. What about the Darkhawk? The Darkhawk was not. I wasn't sure on an immediate answer there.
I mean, there's always Doom. He'd just be slow. But you can safely hit into his block with Doom, so there's that too.
Yeah. All right, I'll figure it out. What's up, Justin? How you doing, man? But you see, like, I think you can see how the wars are interesting. You know, like there's some really awesome things about it, and then there's some stuff where it makes me appreciate the war officers who just put in all that time, man. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, there's an element to it that I've always enjoyed, because it's like you're playing chess with the officers on the other side.
Yes.
And it's infinitely more complex than chess. So, like, there's quite a bit of intellectual stimulation involved in being an officer for war. But then on the other hand, it just sucks.
Yes.
Like, I'm pretty sure when competitive chess players do games at that level, you know, they take more breaks and they're getting paid for it. I wouldn't mind getting paid for this.
I think they're also like able. Yeah, forget it. I could go on that one, but yes.
Yeah. Bushido, no, it is 100% more complex than chess, and here's the reason: because on chess, it's what, an 8x8 board, so 64 possible placements, and you have 16 pieces on both sides, and then out of those 16 pieces, you have 6 different rule sets, maybe, for what each one can do. And then there are only 2 teams. Compare that to, let's see, what's the current number? There are 198 champions in this game. 55 possible placements for their for where they go and sets of nodes that interact with them. And then you are dealing with 10 different people who are each bringing 3 completely different champions that have nothing in common across their rule sets, pulling from 10 rosters that are not the same. I understand how complex chess is, because chess is one of those games that, computers have not been able to solve. But there's still more variables. That's what I mean. I'm not saying it's harder than chess, but it is more complex. It is literally more complex because there are more variables.
I don't think this is going to go really well. Anyways, I don't think the map is that way anymore. Where you can say that, like, the question is there a lane that's just good for Ghost? I don't. It's just not that way anymore, is it?
I don't think so.
You know what I would, Justin, what I would maybe do is, I know Karate Mike uses Ghosts pretty frequently, or at least he used to. Maybe check out some of his war videos, and you might kind of get an idea there. I mean, I know your question was about specific lanes, but you might get an idea of fights in general, or lanes that are particularly good. What did I do wrong there? Oh, the unblock. Eventually I'll remember things. Oh. Hulkbuster did better than I thought. Yeah, I knew that. As soon as I heard the chess line come out, I was like, "Oh boy."
Yeah, I know. Chess people get away.
We can all agree on that MCoC is really fun. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to get to that SP1. Oh, he glanced it. I think I'm going to end up healing him up. I might need to back out of this fight. Let's see. Need to hurry up. He will not die. Let's see if this one will do it. All right. And I am being called. It is time for me to go. Sorry for the quick go, guys, but I'm getting used to this new time. Thank you very much for stopping by. And I'm not sure. I think it'll be tomorrow. I think we'll be streaming again tomorrow. I really appreciate this. And DLL, thank you so much, dude. Sorry, I do got to go quickly, though. Take care.
See y'all.